So the thing that I started with, I don't know how you generally start your songs, but most of the time I start with the melody. But this time I started with the one phrase, the cliche, if you will, the part that says "a rising tide raises all boats," and that's as much as I had. I knew that I wanted to write a song at least with that phrase in it, but I didn't want it to be about boats.
Well, it's a metaphor, high tide. I mean,
yeah, and so there was lots of different parts of the tide. There was, that point when you're about to cry, that you're not quite crying yet, but you feel it welling up, and that rising tide of tears. I wanted it to be kind of like a motif in addition to the actual literal mentions of the tide, of sitting on a beach, waiting for the tide to come in, slipping under the water, and rising out of the water. I wanted to match with the feeling of when you're so filled with emotion that the tears are building up, around your eyes and behind your eyes, that the point where you're going to have that release. So I guess that was really kind of like the way that I kind of used the metaphor in that sense.
Yeah, I think it comes through in several different ways. With several meanings that you may or may not have intended.
And I think that's the great part about songwriting, is that you put it together and you think you know what it's about until someone else listens to it and then tells you what they think it's about. And it's a completely, a different take on it, but it doesn't make it any less potent, and maybe even more so, because someone took something that you made and made it their own. And that's a nice feeling.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way music can reach out and touch, like you said, in different ways and different prongs, and come away with a message or a story.
Yeah. So with that being said, I am proud to hand this over. It's a gorgeous guitar made by Minor Bird and signed by all sorts of fine songwriters. Emily Henry had signed it and gave it to me, and I'm going to pass it off to you, and it is going to be your turn for the week to go ahead and write your song. And we'll see you here in another week, I guess.
Yes, no pressure.
No pressure.
Easy,
No pressure.
Easy day.
Easy peasy.
No, thank you.
All right, thanks.